Welcome to Violeta Inc. I'm Elena Casares. Today we're going to be using the Crazy Dogs stamp from Tim Hiltz. This is an older stamp. A friend of mine gave it to me, my friend Ramona, and I used it a couple of times, but I recently was checking all the coloring stuff that I have, and I found this. And I realized that this was color maybe 2-3 months before I started taking classes with Amy Scholke from Vanilla Arts. And I decided, well, the coloring was nothing to write home about. So I said, well, what if I do some overpainting? I did, and I will link one of the videos that Amy has about overpainting. This is a technique that you use with pencils when you want to give your images the pop, the push and pull that it needs to look dimensional, because I did not do that with Copics back in the day. So anyway, I colored these guys, and I also have the dies, so I am gonna cut all of them. And here I'm trying to just use the cutter once. I don't know why, but here it goes. And I can tell on that little guy, the die moved a little bit. I used the platform that is the magnetic one, and I believe the magnets are throughout the platform, and sometimes they move. So we'll see where I can use that little guy that was not cut properly. I'm trying to be organized. Anyway, I found this die between all my junk, and I thought, well, it would be kind of nice to have the dogs come in every single one of those little windows. So that's what I did. I cut the die twice. I was gonna cut it in foam, but when I started doing that, which is in this one, you're gonna see it. I mean, I did use it, but my idea was to cut it in paper. I cut it in foam, but when you use the foam kind of moves, it stretches. So now that you are going to glue it together, I'm using Gina K Connect glue. It is going to take a little bit of wiggling for it to actually go back to the original size, which the regular paper will stay the normal size, but not the foam. So it was too dark. I decided to use something white so you can actually see what I'm doing. So this is how I'm going to attach this die cut to the cardstock, to the card note. The card note is gonna be 5.5 by 4.25. So now I'm deciding which part of the dogs are gonna be visible in each window. I like this one, and I really like how his big tongue is outside. So I am going to try and cut as much as I can so we can actually see that. This little guy, well, his nose is too long and he couldn't fit in that one, but I couldn't put it in another one because he's not cut properly. So I think I'm gonna leave him out. I like this guy because he has the little pink ears. This stamp set, I'm gonna have to get you the name of it. I can't remember it, but I believe it's from Whimsy, and it's a sympathy stamp set for when your pet passes away, when a friend's pet passes away. Working in rescue, we make a lot of these cards, but I have never done it with these guys, so they should be pretty fun. I am trying to fix this guy to put him in, but no, I don't think it's gonna work out. So here I go. I'm gonna start cutting this guy. And I'm trying to be very, very careful because if I cut it wrong, that is it. I want to make sure that I get the color. So that one is on top of the frame in the bottom. Right there. So it does look like he's just looking at you from my window. That is my idea. That's what I wanted to show. And this guy is too big for that little one, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it in this one. Oh, his ear looks so cute. You can barely see what it says on the stamps, but you'll be able to see it in a moment. I was gonna use this one, but I don't know, it seems so sad that I said no. I know it's a sympathy card, I know, but no, I decided not to use that one. You'll see right now. So I'm trying to see which sentiments are gonna fit where, because some of these spaces are pretty small. So I'm thinking, I'm not remembering exactly what is it that I was thinking. Oh yes, that's when I was thinking, no, I do not want that stamp. So I cut this again. I remember why. Because I am not the best stamper ever. And I was afraid to actually use the note card and stamping it, and then it's wrong. So I decided to do the die cut again, and use the little pieces in the middle, the window insides, so I could stamp on them, and if I make a mistake then I'll just cut another one. I could also have just measured the window and cut it without having to use the die cut, but it seemed easier to do this. This one, it is the die the stamp that I'm gonna use for the middle. That's the one that I decided to use instead of the little paws that are going to the rainbow. I love this ink. This ink is beautiful for details, but it's not for Copics. That's the only reason I don't use this as much. But I love it. Now we're gonna be gluing the original die cut, the frame, into the card note. I tend to use white card notes. Every once in a while you'll see me use another color, but I tend to use white because what I want is for you to be able to see the coloring on the card, the coloring that you did. That is the main purpose of this YouTube channel, to show you what to do with your coloring projects. And also, I didn't notice this, but I started realizing that I had a lot of scraps, and I'm starting to video what I do with that. We had one of those last week, and we'll have another one in a couple of weeks. So you will be seeing a lot of that, to see what to do with the scraps and the leftover coloring projects that you have. So we are using here double-sided foam tape, because of course I want these guys to be all popped. Mistake number 1. I am going to attach this guy, and I shouldn't have yet. I should probably make a list of mistakes done by Elena in these classes. I think I'll put it in the description box. So mistake number 2. I am adding this guy to the card note when I shouldn't have just yet. I put a little bit of glue on his ears and the top of his head. Okay, here, you see? You see? So now I need to remove it now. And place this first. And I'm really just putting glue on it. Mistake number 3. I should have cut a little bit of the edges of this little card, because now it's way too close to the edge, it's way too close to the frame. And you probably don't see it here. No, you don't see it in this one. But I should have, but it is lifting on the sides. So here, that's when I had to remove the foam tape from under his tongue. If you hear something crying in the background, it's Augie. He wants to come in, but then he doesn't let me finish this. Okay, so that one's done, and you can see that I'm trying to fix the edges here, because if I had cut a little bit of it, it will go just flat, but this is not going completely flat. And even though I did that before, I didn't learn. I went and did it again. And there it is. And you see with my bone folder, I am trying to push it into the edges. So this will be it for this card. I'm gonna add a little bit of embellishments in that, but it will be very simple. It's just to let your friends know that you care, that I have never lost a dog other than in rescue, but a dog that is in my house, I never lost them. So this is our final card. I used the other one, and as you can see, they're really cute. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can see all our videos. Thank you. Goodbye.